Hi friends, today we're talking about picture graphs again, but this time instead of talking about making them, we're talking about analyzing them or using what we see to get information from it. Okay, so if you open up to page 541 to follow along, this is lesson 3 in chapter 9. Okay, so we are given this picture graph and we have to write the number that each represents, right? Super quick and easy. So the biggest thing that will trip you up is you have to make sure you're paying attention to the key because the key will tell you how much each food is worth. So in this case, each is worth 1. So I can just count by ones, nice and easy. So I go to spaghetti first, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 spaghetti boats. Tacos, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 taco boats. Chicken, 1, 2. And meatloaf, 1. Now, we can use it to answer this question, which dinner is the least favorite? Which one had the least amount of votes? Well, I look up here and I see this one only had 1. So meatloaf has the least amount of votes. All right, meatloaf, because it has the least amount. This is pretty simple, right? Again, like I said, the key is the most important part. So you can use a picture graph to answer questions. So looking at this picture graph, what pet is the favorite? Which one has the most amount of votes? Well, I can look really quickly and very quickly see that fish has the most amount of votes. So fish is the favorite pet. And then how many votes does each picture show? This is asking us about the key. This is saying, what is each one of those worth? In this case, our key says still just worth 1. Each one is worth 1 vote. Okay, so using the data from this chart about our favorite summer activity, let's answer some questions. It says, what activity is liked the least? Well, come up here. I see which one has the least amount of votes. Inline skating, so we're just going to put skate has the least amount of votes. Which 2 activities have the same number of votes? Okay, so I look up here and I see which 2 have the same. This one has 3 and this one has 3. So bike and baseball have the same amount of votes. And that's all I'm going to write. I'm going to write a little shorter. So bike and, I'm putting that little sign for and, baseball have the same number of votes. Last question, how many people like to swim and play baseball in all? Those are our cues that we're going to add. So how many people like to swim? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how many like to play baseball? 1, 2, 3. 5 plus 3 is 8, so my answer is 8. That's how many like to swim and play baseball in all. Now, I knew that I was counting by ones because of this key. Each picture is 1 vote. If it had been 2, I would have counted by 2s, and so on. So, how would you count the votes for bike riding if each picture stood for 2 votes? So exactly like I was just saying. If each one was 2 votes, I would come up for bike riding and I would count by not 1, but by 2s, because if they were each worth 2, I would say 2, 4, 6. So each would be 6, or it would be 6 total because each would be worth 2. Right, so you really have to pay attention to that key. Okay, so your independent practice page, you're going to answer all these questions about that graph. Same with your problem solving and brain building. And for homework, you're going to do the exact same thing. You're just going to be reading these picture graphs, telling me what information that is showing me, making sure you're paying attention to the key, and then doing some brain builders as well using the graphs. Okay, so all the information is given to you, pretty simple. So just make sure you're paying attention to the key, how much each picture is worth, and then counting and looking to answer the question. So pretty simple, not too hard of a chapter, which is good. All right, friends, do your best with this as always, and have a great rest of your day.